DraftKings has launched a new daily fantasy sport in the lobby. Formula One comes to DK and is live just in time for this weekend's race. And because racing expert Jeff Ulrich was unavailable, DraftKings contributor Pearce Dietrich is here to tell you all about the ins and outs of F1 on DraftKings, looking so handsome in his suit and tie. All right, I know the answer here because I read your How to Play article on DK Nation, but I'm still going to ask you. What's the format, Pearce?
The format is showdown, basically. You're going to pick 5 drivers and a constructor is a team. And of those 5 drivers, one of them is going to be your captain. The captain costs 1.5 in salary, gets 1.5 in points. It's your basic showdown type of contest.
Interesting. Okay. How does the scoring work? Can you break that down for me, please?
Sure. It's like NASCAR or anything. You want guys to finish towards the front. You don't need to make it any more complicated than that. You want guys to win and finish up front. Now, the difference between this and NASCAR, you can get value drivers that'll start in the back and through just the way the race plays out, go forward. In F1, informally, there is an A class and a B class. And most of your value drivers are going to, I'm going into the wrong thing here. Scoring-wise, finishing position points, passing points, laps led points, and beating a teammate. Those are the big categories. Place differential is not a big deal in this type of scoring. So you don't need to focus on that. Just get guys to finish up near the front. Okay.
The strategies. What kind of strategies will players be looking to employ here? Like, I just opened this up on DK website. Like, I mean, does the team really matter like a whole lot either? Because Jeff was talking smack about Mercedes.
Yeah, team's going to matter, but we don't have enough time to talk about teams.
Okay.
We don't have enough time to talk about teammates. Those are definitely going to be strategies that are going to need a lot more lengthy of a discussion. But really, your focus is finishing position. You want guys to finish near the front. Now, as I was talking about earlier, the value plays aren't going to be able to finish near the front. So your strategy is going to have to change when you look for value. There is informally an A class and a B class, and the value is going to come from the B class. And instead of envisioning or approaching those drivers as how can I get them towards the front, you just want your B class or value driver to do better than the rest. It's all relative. Whereas in NASCAR, your value guys got to get in the top 10. They got to have a big day. That's not going to be the case in F1. They're not going to race their way to the front. So lower your standards, have a different approach. Just basically try to pick the best of that B class.
All right, what's happening this weekend, though? Because this is going to be the first F1 race that people can build lineups for on DraftKings. Can you tell me a little more about it?
Yeah, this is the kickoff of the season, round 1 at Bahrain. They just tested at Bahrain last week, and again, we could spend a half an hour just talking about the storylines emerging from Bahrain and all the aerodynamic changes that have been implemented, and basically a salary cap has been implemented. So there's a lot changing. There's also off-season storylines that we could go on and on, but hopefully a lot of those will be answered going into this week. As far as contests, there is a $50,000 to first prize contest, which I think is going to be the one that attracts most players. $15 to enter. It's definitely worth a shot. It locks at 11 a.m. on Sunday.
Okay, dude. You got any picks for us? I think a lot of people are going to be new to this.
Yeah, they are going to be new to this, but it's okay.
Thank
there's
you.
only 20 drivers to pick from, so it's not a lot of homework to do. And I'll go ahead and give you the guy to play. It's Max Verstappen. You may not be familiar with him.
Ooh.
You probably know Lewis Hamilton. And if we were going to compare Hamilton to somebody, he's like a Jeff Gordon. He is technical. He's a brilliant strategist. He has all the skills. Whereas Max Verstappen is more of a Dale Earnhardt Sr. He is an aggressive bully, and he won the championship last season. Hamilton may have met his match. Hamilton is a strategy guy. He's thoughtful. And we saw this play out several times last season. Let's say they're both approaching a turn. Well, Hamilton can try to save his car and not wreck and concede the spot. Well, then Max wins. Or he can fight Max for the spot, and Max just doesn't care. Max will wreck them both. And so in that case, Hamilton loses again. You can't use strategy against this guy. You can't use strategy against the Scorpion. Max finally had equal equipment last year, and he won the championship. He has better equipment this year. Verstappen is going to go crazy this season.